I got poppies on my shirt. Poppies on my arm.
So your shirt and your arm match?
Yep.
Same colors and everything?
Yep.
What about these? What about the blue ones?
No, that's like a daisy. I meant like the red poppies. The red poppies.
It's so funny. Emily and I have been watching
Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks. A lot of Twin Peaks recently.
The revival.
But before that, how long ago? Was it a few months?
Before we even knew that they were doing a revival, we started watching Twin Peaks. We had started watching Twin Peaks a couple of times and couldn't get through the first episode. And then finally, it was just right, and I think we watched one season in one sitting.
The
There's
taste
only-
was acquired.
Yeah, there's only 8 episodes in the first season, so it's not like it's a crazy amount of episodes.
It's not a crazy amount of episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It's some adjustment. It's
Yeah.
like I said, acquired taste.
It's acquired taste. But once you get into it, it's like quirky, beyond quirky characters in a small town.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird and fun, and like the twists are unexpected, which I like.
Yeah.
It's kind of like refreshing, even though it was filmed in the 90s. It's refreshing to see like an original idea like executed, like well thought out.
Yeah.
And then the revival is just like David Lynch's all of like decades to
Plan this out
and just be as weird as he can be.
That's funny.
Which is good.
Were you the one pushing for us to rewatch it after those first few fail times? To give it another chance?
I think so. I mean, it just feels like a show that I would watch. You know, like, it's like X-Files. Like, I want to watch the X-Files, but there's so many episodes that it's, like, a little...
Too much?
Daunting to try to...
Yeah, because you like a
jump
lot
into
of...
it. Because I've watched it, and I'm someone who likes to watch the first episode, start from the first episode, and then go in. And
like everyone else?
Like everyone else, but, I mean, where there's X-Files, like, there are some episodes that I've been told that you don't need to watch. You can kind of skip around a little bit. But I've watched the first episode of season 1, like, 4 times. Because I'm like, I'm going to get into this, and then I don't.
Yeah, well, it's 9 seasons in at this point, so it's a big ask.
Yeah.
It's a big ask.
Yeah.
It's not really bingeable.
No, it's not. It's more like rainy day and I have nothing else to watch. And if it's a rainy day, I have nothing else to watch. I'm going to watch reruns of The Office.
That sounds more like a rainy week kind of thing.
Rainy week. Yeah.
A rainy consecutive week. I remember with like some points in Twin Peaks that I was kind of I don't know about this one.
Yeah.
And I know you were sticking with it with the quirky stuff, and I think I've been drawn back into it because of how much you like it. And with the new season, they're like, all right, this is gonna pay off, and you're like telling, like, I remember in the new revival season where I think it was like the second or third episode, it was just doing some stuff, and it wasn't connecting at all, and I was like,
Yeah.
I think I was watching some of my phone too, and like looking up, like waiting for
Yeah, you
stuff
definitely
to happen.
gotta put full focus into this new season. It's like, there's 18 episodes, so you know how many episodes there are, so you know that they can introduce new characters and new plot lines and just be like, I'm gonna have, like, we're 6 episodes in and it's already, like, they've introduced so many characters, and it's a little slow at some points when you kind of wish they'd, like, wrap up certain characters that have been a little too long. Naomi Watts' character, I'm just, like, not loving.
Well, that's the thing, it's different, like, the way it's told is different. Like, I'm expecting tighter storylines because a lot of seasons are short. Like, I was surprised when you told me they were 18 episodes. I was thinking it'd be about 8 or 10 or something like that.
Yeah.
Like normal.
Yeah. I think when they when they decided to do the revival, there were so many people that wanted to be a part of it. So like the cameo list is very, very extensive.
It's a serious cameo list, but it really, like, giving the show a good chance because of how much you're into it. It really helps me to understand what you like a lot better too. Cause
weird.
I like weird stuff too. It's the storytelling is a lot looser. What I started to do actually, I started to listen to a podcast that would kind of recap episodes, which is something I already do for headier things, like when Game of Thrones is on, I usually listen to podcasts for that because I can't always get the most out of it. I haven't read the books, you know, so like a lot of things based on books. It's like American Gods happening right now. I'll listen to a podcast for that because it's like, okay, what's the significance of that? You want to get the most of the episode before they go into it. And doing that for this, it's like it helps bring it back into the significance of what things are going. So, like, I remember it's at this point, it's the sixth. We just watched the sixth episode, not too far in. And I feel like I was more engrossed in this latest episode than you were.
Yeah, they're focusing a lot on a plot line that I'm just hoping wraps up soon. So I'm kind of losing interest in it.
Well, that's the thing. That's exactly how I felt last week about that plot line. And now I'm like, oh, I see what they're doing with the guy.
Yeah.
So it's funny that you kept me interested in the series. And now I'm like, I remember going over the episode after, like, okay, well, this happened so that they could, you know, show this, or this happened so they could expand on this particular aspect of what's going on. And I just find it so funny, like, you know, you drew us into the series, and then we're kind of like, it's like as soon as I start like going out of orbit, like, you gotta keep me in orbit. It's like, hey, you know, because I like to watch shows with you again.
Me too.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, this is a great season or series, but this is a great season to watch together because it's so weird. And like, you're reading the podcast, or you're listening to the podcast, and I'm reading like recaps, like lengthy recaps, and they have like different theories going, and it's interesting to like hear like your take on what's happening, and then like I'll share information and like tell you, and then it's just kind of like an interesting conversation to talk about, and you know, or the interesting conversation to have because of all like the different paths the story could go.
Yeah.
So.
But such an interesting ride. But definitely, you know, I think the opposite is kind of happening with American Gods. We'll get into that in the next video, a later video.
Yeah.
But that, you know, I feel like I am like learning like your evolution of taste and stuff like that. So making the effort of trying to get more into the world and understand what's going on more.
Yeah.
And getting those aids, those podcast aids, article aids.
Oh yeah.
To help. I think it helps a lot.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, at this point, since we've been together for 4 years, you know, we really only watch interesting things. There's no time for that fluff. You know?
I think you've made me a harsh critic.
Yeah.
Back in those sci-fi Defiance days.
Cutthroat. Terrible.
I was so innocent back then.
Yeah. It was so cute.